here's what my DM told me. It's gonna be a horror themed one shot. So I'm not sure if he's gonna try to make it scary or play it on psychological horror, but he said the setting would be in Ravenloft and all tortured, twisted, and darker characters would be welcome. So that definitely grabbed my attention. He also said our characters may not want to go to our destination, but will be brought there through circumstances that he did not care to explain. So that's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be for characters of level 5. So that's what we're gonna create today. I would usually start these character creations with the order of procedures that are recommended by the player's handbook, which would be starting with the race, then going into our class, and finally doing my background. But today I'm gonna switch things up a little bit because I have a clear idea of the personality I want to make for this character. I really want it to be a twisted character, a deranged character. So I'm gonna start with the background because that's what I have in mind. I want to do a pyromaniac who's also the investigator, the detective of its town, which allows him to get out of trouble because he's the one taking care of his own cases. And he's a bit of a psychopath. He's really just using people's trust in him to get away with setting everything on fire, basically. And I want to work around that. So the background I found would work really well with that, or at least well enough, was the criminal background, because that background, if I recall correctly, offers, and now I'm gonna have to check, but it offers stealth and deception. Yes, that's it. Stealth and deception as skill proficiencies. I'm just gonna go check if that's right. Yes, deception and stealth. So, deception and stealth. So, that's gonna be very useful for this character because I want him to be able to move around shadows and dim light to, well, in his background it would be to put stuff on fire, basically, in the middle of the night. So stealth is going to be great for that. Deception also fits because he has to live this double life where he's the trusted investigator of the town set him off. He just can burn down houses sometimes. So deception is gonna be great. I'm also, spoiler alert, going to get insight. We'll check on that later. But yeah, so I'm starting with that. With these two, I get with the criminal background. I get 2 proficiencies with 1 gaming set and thieves' tools. So I'm gonna go. I'm just gonna write thieves' tools in my equipment. And it's a bit of a weird sheet, you may have noticed. This is a sheet you use for simpler characters, which I like for my one-shot characters because they're one-off. I don't need all of the info. A complete sheet would give me. This is perfect for what I need. So I'm just gonna have the thieves' tools, and I'll put my bonus next to it when I fill in the stats. That's gonna be that should work fairly decently. Then I have 1 type of gaming set which I'm not gonna bother with languages, non-equipment, a crowbar. That's good to keep track of. Common clothes, including a hood. Why not? A pouch containing 15 gold pieces. And I also have 200 extra gold pieces for equipment that my DM allowed. So we're gonna keep track of that already. And that's gonna be it for our background. And I really wanted to build my character around that criminal psychopath Pyromaniac story. So that's why I wanted to start with the background. Next we're gonna go with our race. We're gonna build a variant human. That's gonna fit my story because I want him to be really inconspicuous. I don't want people to think he might be a bad guy at first glance. So he's gonna be just a totally regular dude. His name will be just Normand, which I don't know for you, it may sound exotic, but I speak French, and Normand is just totally normal name. So he's just Normand, and that's gonna be it for that. So the variant human will allow me to get some feats, which I like because it's not gonna be. He's gonna get weird abilities with feats that you wouldn't expect him to have with his class, and that's great because I want him to be inconspicuous. I don't want him to raise suspicion. So that's what we're gonna get. We're gonna fill in our stats right now so we can do the ability score increase right away. So we get the, just quickly before we do that, we get 30 feet of movement speed. And yeah, we get 2 different ability scores increased by 1. So I'm gonna build a rogue. That's what I'm gonna go for. And we have a standard array. Our DM gave us, so I'm just gonna use that. So our highest stat is a 15. I'm gonna put it in dex and increase it by 1 to get 16. for a +3 to our main stat. We then have a 14, which I'm gonna put in charisma. There, charisma. I want to be able to lie pretty well, but also convince people. So that's gonna be a +2 for charisma. Then we have a 13. For the 13, I was thinking we use it in Constitution and increase it by 1. But we might want to use it in Wisdom, as I'm going to make an inquisitive rogue, and that might be good. I am not sure. I think I'm going to use... Yeah, I'm going to go for Constitution. Use the 13, increase it by 1 for a +2. I want this guy to be able to stay up close. Then our Wisdom will get a plus... I think that's 12 next. Yeah, that's 12, so a +1 with 12. Here, intelligence is a 10, which I know is weird for an investigator, but he's really more around, based around, making people trust him and fooling people into thinking he's doing his job, but also using insight to make his to solve his cases more than investigation itself. So I don't mind using the having lower intelligence here, and we're probably also going to give him proficiency with investigation. So that's fine by me. And 8 in strength. That's gonna be our dumb stat, our weakness, which I don't mind at all. Okay, so that's it for the ability score increase. We get proficiency in 1 skill of our choice. We already have deception, we already have stealth. And with rogue, we're gonna get 4 more skills. That's gonna be a lot. So, what do I want? I want insight. I'm gonna get that with rogue. I want investigation with rogue. Probably perception with the rogue. And sleight of hand with the rogue. So what does that leave us with? That's so many skills. What skill could I get that would be useful? I'm not even sure. Could be acrobatics. Just to be able to move around. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go for acrobatics. That's gonna be good. And lastly, we gain a feat. I'm gonna put my feats in race, class, background. Yeah, that's here. Okay. So we're gonna have the skulker feat, which is gonna allow us to hide in lightly easily obscured areas, see in dim light, and also not be revealed if we miss a ranged weapon attack, which just fits really well, I think, with this idea of someone going around at night and setting things on fire. So that's the first thing we're gonna get. And definitely it's something that fits with the rogue, but not as much with the inquisitive rogue. So that's where I'm trying to throw people off. Like, inquisitive is really more about finding liars and finding weaknesses in people with insight. They're not as much about hiding like an assassin or a thief would. So the Skulker feat is a bit more surprising in this context, I would say. So we're gonna get the Skulker feat, and that's gonna be it for our race. Then we go into our class. So we're gonna build a rogue, as I said, and he's gonna be inquisitive rogue. So first things first, we get 8 hit points at level 1 plus constitution modifier, so 10, and every level after that we gain, we're gonna use just the automatic 5 plus constitution, so we gain 7 hit points after that. So 10 plus 28, 4 times 7, that would be 38 max hit points. Not bad at all. We have 5d8 hit dice, 4 and 5 available. There we go. Is my math correct? 8 plus 2, 10, plus 4 times 7. Yeah, that sounds about right. Okay. We get proficiencies with light armor, simple weapons, hand crossbow, long swords, rapiers, and short swords. We get thieves' tools, which we already had, but hey, doesn't really change a thing. Then we get dexterity and intelligence as our saving throws, which means we can fail this out. That's gonna be a plus. At level 5, I have plus 3 proficiency bonus. Do I have? No, I don't have somewhere to write that, but I'm gonna just keep it in mind. So 3 plus 3, that's a plus 6 total. Constitution plus 2, intelligence plus 3, wisdom plus 1, and charisma plus 2. Alrighty. That's good. Then skills. Okay, so we said deception we already have. Insight. Very important. Insight. Like this. Then investigation. Perception. And sleight of hand. Actually, I'm thinking we could do intimidation. I think he would be the kind to use his status to intimidate people into not investigating him. And sleight of hand So I don't think I use anything that needs sleight of hand specifically. Yeah. So it's gonna be intimidation instead. That's too many skills. I ran out of space. That's kind of funny. Okay. Before I fill the stats, the bonus, I'm gonna check what I take as our expertise. 2 skills. Okay. So, I'm thinking we're definitely gonna take insight because that's gonna be what we use for the inquisitive. So that means +1 and double. So that's a +7 to insight. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. And what do we take next? I'm thinking stealth because I really want to be good at being able to hide in the shadows. And I don't think any other skill is gonna be more useful. So that's gonna be 3 + 6, that's 9. And the rest we can just fill out. No, that's a +5. Whoops. +5 +6 +3 +4 and +5. That's it. That's it for our skills. Pretty good, I would say. Okay, so that's it for expertise. I'll just write it down to know it's done. Then sneak attack. Sneak attack. The bonus at this level for our sneak attacks is 3d6. So sneak attack bonus. Sneak attack bonus. 3d. Not 36. 3d6. That's more like it. Okay. Then, is there anything else with sneak attack? Nope, that's it. Thieves can't. Thieves can't, which will allow us to speak in tongue with other thieves and criminals. That's pretty good. Cunning action, which is gonna be crucial, I believe, in this build, so we can hide. That's gonna be good. Then we choose our roguish archetype. As I already said, that's gonna be inquisitive. So roguish archetype. Inquisitive. And with that we get ear for deceit, which is pretty interesting. It allows us to roll if whenever we make a wisdom insight check to determine if someone is lying, we treat a 7 or lower as an 8. So that's pretty good. That's pretty good, which means right now we cannot have below a 15 to discern lies, which which I really like. Unfortunately, it doesn't work with the insightful fighting, which allows us to insightful. Going too fast. Which allows us to find weaknesses in our enemy's defense. We can make a insight check against an enemy's deception check, and if we succeed we can trigger sneak attack even if other criterias or requirements aren't fulfilled. So even if we don't have advantage, or even if we don't have an ally next to them, we can still trigger sneak attack. Unfortunately, Ear for Deceit does not work with it, which I would have really liked, but hey, we can't have everything. So it's already good enough. I think it's a really fun roleplay ability. Not the best, like mechanically, but really fun, I think. And finally, for our roguish archetype, we get Eye for Deceit. Eye for Details. Which allows us to make a perception check to spot hidden creatures or objects as a bonus action instead of an action, which I really like. I think that's gonna be really useful. But the problem is we're starting to have way too much stuff to do with our bonus action. But hey, that's we're gonna cross that bridge when we get there. But I really like this archetype for the roleplay elements. It's really more for that reason that I chose it. But with that, that's it for our level 3. Then we get at level 4 an ability score increase, which we're gonna use instead to get the magic initiate feat. Oops. So that's gonna be another little subversion of expectation, because I don't want people to expect I can light fires with magic. I want people to think I'm just a regular plain old human that has a job as a detective, and you would never think that person could just light fires magically, right? Well, wrong. He can with the magic initiate feat. That's gonna be we're gonna take the sorcerer's spell list to get us control fire, firebolt, which is going to be a +5 to hit, and last but not least, burning hands. With a 13 DC. DC 13. So yeah, with my magic initiate, I really just want to be a full-on Pyromaniac. Someone you expect to be just a regular human without magic, but no, he can actually burn down things without equipment, and that's why you don't really suspect him. You think, oh well, he didn't have anything on him, so he couldn't have possibly lit a fire, but actually, well, he definitely can. So that's what I want to get from the Magic Initiate. And at level 5, finally we get Uncanny Dodge, which is gonna be great to help us survive just a little bit. Just a little bit of survivability right there. So that's it for our feats and abilities. Let's look at our base equipment. So first we get a rapier or a short sword. And since I want this character to be very plain and unremarkable, I'm gonna go for the short sword, because a rapier seems like just a little bit too much pizzazz for what I'm going for. Then we have a choice between a short bow and quiver of 20 arrows or a short sword. I'm gonna go for the short bow, which is gonna have a +6. Whoa. +6 to hit. 1d6 +3. And I couldn't find really any mechanic included in the game, but I would really like if my DM lets me use oil to set my arrows on fire. That would be really interesting, I think. I'm gonna just discuss that with him before we get into the game. And this, I'm just gonna put a little box right here to mark how many times I can use it. 1. Okay. Then we get either a burglar's pack, a dungeoneer's pack, or an explorer's pack. And I think I'm gonna go for the burglar's pack. Oops, the crowbar and burglar's pack, because somehow I think that's what fits best with the investigator aspect of the background. It's kind of counterintuitive, I think, but burglars, I think, have the tools I need as an investigator. So that's what I'm gonna go for. We also get leather armor. Leather armor, 2 daggers. 2 daggers. So that's a +6, 1d4 damage, +3. And thieves' tools, which I already wrote down here. And I believe that's it for basic equipment. So I'm gonna just fill this now that I can. 14 passive perception, initiative +3, and armor class 14. That's half decent. I'm okay with that. Okay, next we do have 215 gold pieces at our disposal. And I already have a few ideas of what I want with that money. First, I'm gonna take a look at studded leather, just maybe if I can get better armor. It's just 1 point for armor class, but I think it could be worth it. 45 gold pieces. I'm gonna look at the rest of what I want. The Alchemist's Fire is definitely something I'm looking at. got 3. That would leave me with 65 gold pieces. And if I want oil, would be, I think, 5 silver pieces each. Nope. Here I have to go through the equipment to see. Oil, where are you? Oil flask, there we go. That's 1 silver piece, so I can get plenty of those. Even with, if I buy 3 alchemist fire, that's 150. Plus 45 for the leather armor, that leaves me with 20 gold pieces. I could buy, I don't know, 20 flasks of oil, I guess. And I would still have plenty. Like, I would still have 18 gold pieces. Is there anything I really want to get? I cannot have magic items at the start. I can only have regular equipment. I think that would really be it. I have the tools I need. I have a bag containing pretty much what I think I would need for my character, considering I don't know how they end up there, so I don't think he would prepare stuff that he wouldn't already have. And what he would already have is his work tools, so the burglar's bag and thieves' tools. His hobby tools, so bunch of oil and alchemist fire. And his equipment, sword, daggers, short bow, arrows. Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna go for. So I'm gonna change the leather armor for studded leather, just to get a little bit of a better defense. Leather armor. So this is gonna become a 15. I'm gonna get 3 flasks of alchemist fire. Whoa. That wasn't good. Alchemist fire. Times 3. Leaving me with 20 gold pieces. I'm gonna use 2 gold pieces to get flasks of oil. So that's 18 gold pieces left. And I don't think there's anything else I need. So that's pretty much it, actually. I like this character concept. It's not every day that you can play with my DM, having more serious or sometimes funny sessions, but not, we haven't dabbled yet in horror a lot. I don't get a chance to play more dark and deranged character, so that's gonna be fun. and I really like the concept I came up with. So let me know in the comments what you think of this, and maybe I'll let you know after the game how it went. Probably in the comments or maybe the description. And with that, there's just one last thing I want to do. I bought a new seal, and I would really like to try it. So, since I don't have a faction, I think I'm just gonna use my wax here just to try my seal for the first time in the top right here. And that's what we're gonna end on. It's gonna take a little bit of time. Whoa. Flame went out. Oops. There we go. Ah, yes, I think the wax is melting just enough now. It should stay fairly lit. There we go. I really like wax sealing. It's such a satisfying process. I enjoy it a lot. It's really relaxing. Just watching the wax drop down, one drop at a time. I really enjoy that. It's gonna take a little bit more time, but I think it's soon gonna be enough. It's not a very big seal, so I don't need an incredible quantity. There we go. And I do believe that should be enough. So I'm gonna, and we're gonna let it drop just a little bit more. Just, I think, one last drop. There we go. This is gonna chill a little bit, and we're gonna take our seal, try to put it the right way, and wax really went up. That's not bad. Hey, don't go on my mat, you. There we go, that's not bad. I don't know if you can see the seal. I'm gonna try to get an angle with the light, and oh, there we go, that's better. That's not bad, right? I like that. Fantastic. And with that, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time.